Shout out to Marco Pedrano and Alfredo Jr. for being a part of our channel memberships, and all our channel members join memberships.
Welcome back F1 Manager family to another F1 Manager video. In today's video we're going to be looking at the driver spreadsheets. We're going to be diving into the spreadsheet to see which drivers are good from which drivers are not so good. A lot of hype about the drivers, but based off of this spreadsheet on paper, a few of these drivers are not so good and some of them are pretty good. So we're going to be diving in to take a look at the ones that are good and ones that are not, what we should be investing in and what we should not. Alright, so with that being said, remember to subscribe to the channel for all your F1 Manager content and all your F1 Clash content as well. Make sure you also leave a like on this video. Let's see if we can get this video up to 100 likes. With all that being said, let's jump straight into the spreadsheets. Alright, so here we have the spreadsheet, and first thing you should note is that this spreadsheet is sorted by driver qualifying potential. Not necessarily mean that the driver is going to be qualifying the best, but he has the highest potential to qualify the best. Alright, and from what we know on how qualifying works, this information is very good. So based off of the information that we know in qualifying, that overtaking, defense, fuel management and tire management are added together with your setup score to give you a total score, and then your consistency now gives you a random penalty. However, the higher your driver's consistency, the higher the chance of that penalty being low and your driver getting a good qualifying. Alright, also consistency is used throughout each race. So if you're doing 10 races like in a GP event, it's not guaranteed that all 10 races your drivers are going to be qualifying, let's say in a 1-2 position or a 2-4 position. The one with the most consistency will always qualify ahead of the one with the least consistency. Alright, so the driver with the most consistency will kind of always qualify ahead of the driver with the least qualified throughout more races. Alright, you have some times when the race changes, and it does change, but most of the time that's exactly how it works. So as we can see here from the spreadsheet, we have Ocon at the bottom, and these score and these stats are at max level. We are not yet sure what the stats are going to be leveling up or how the drivers are going to be performing leveled up. For right now, we're mainly talking about drivers at max setup or max score, alright, or at max level I should say. Alright, so we can see now Ocon based off of dry qualifying. This is not wet qualifying, this is based off of dry qualifying. We see that Ocon is at the bottom there, Mazepin right above Ocon, Sonoda, then we have Giovinazzi, then we have Sergio Perez way down there next to the bottom as a Series 2 epic. We have Schumacher even have a higher potential to qualify over Sergio Perez. Norris, Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, nice there. Russell, Gasly, even Latifi has a nice qualifying potential. Then we have Lewis Hamilton, the shocker that everyone has been talking about. How comes Hamilton qualifying potential in the dry is way down there? But it is what it is. He's still gonna be one of the top drivers in the game, no matter, even if his qualifying potential was down to 0. Alright, he's just Lewis Hamilton, he has to be good. Alright, Sainz above Lewis, even Alonso there, level Series 1 epic, looking pretty decent. Next up to Kimi and Vettel there. Then we have Bottas in the top 3, we have Verstappen in second place, and we have Leclerc in the top spot. Alright, so the dry qualifying score that you see there in the second box that says dry quali, alright, so that's the dry qualifying score. That's the score of overtaking, defense, fuel and tire management. You do not add consistency and you do not add wetness ability. All right, so you get that score once you add overtaking defense, fuel, tire management, and the higher that score is, it's the higher the chance of your driver qualifying pretty decent. However, the consistency is going to be a huge factor with these drivers, as their consistency are in the 80s for Leclerc and for Verstappen. All right, now the consistency for Bottas is 111, so that's pretty good. However, he's just a few points off from the top guy. That looks like 24 points off from the top guy, which is Leclerc in potential dry qualifying. So Bottas is going to be a key player this season, throughout the season. One of those good players that you want to get. Verstappen is going to be one of those players. Leclerc is going to be one of those players. Lewis Hamilton is going to be another one of those players. Alonso, you have the opportunity to get at first place in the first Series 1 for those of us who are getting that legendary crate or that platinum crate in the milestone, and we're up there in Legends League. We have the opportunity to get like an Alonso right away, mixed in there with possibly a Series 1 epic part, but let's see. So for free to play, the best drivers are going to be Vettel, Kimi. Once again, Kimi's still great no matter the stats that you get for free to play. Carlos Sainz and Latifi are going to be the top 4 free to play best drivers in the game. All right, now for wet races, you want to focus on those drivers with that high wetness ability, as they're going to be peaking out for those wet races. All right, so we can see drivers like Perez, he will be peaking out in wet races. Hamilton at max wetness at 120, he will be peaking out in wet races. Perez is going to be the second best wet driver in the game because of his high wetness ability, and that wetness ability is going to make up for all of the remaining of points that is missing. All right, so for the series that are going to be mostly about dry races, then if we can unlock these drivers nice and early and get them to be used nice and early, hopefully they are leveled up. Their points leveling up is nice and balanced. So level 2 and level 3, not all the power within from 6 to 7, or from 7 to level 8, you'll get all that ultimate power. All right, hopefully that's the case. We do not sure, but to wrap it up, to not draw this video out too long, the best drivers for the F1 Manager 2021 season or F1 Clash season are going to be Leclerc, Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton. All right, those are going to be the best epics. For our free to play is going to be Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, Sainz, and Latifi. All right, Gasly can come in there as well. We can also use Gasly, as you can see right there, he's right underneath Latifi. As for total value, which you want to use the total value now to get your power level set up. As you know, the drivers with the highest total value, the team with the highest total value, most of the time has a higher chance of winning each race. All right, so it's going to lead back around to Hamilton and Verstappen with the highest amount of total value, which is at 624 for each of them. All right, so if you're looking at the ultimate team that you want to build for your F1 or your F1 Clash career, the ultimate team in the end will come right back around to Hamilton and Verstappen in the end. All right, but Leclerc, Verstappen, Bottas, Vettel, Raikkonen, Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton are going to be putting up a good fight. So that's a good amount of drivers for us to mix and match there and pick through. All right, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think of all the information that we've now known. The game will be going down on May the 10th, and then it will be down for 24 hours, then back up, and then we'll have the new update. And that's going to be it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.